Alright, here we are. Sorry, I think I might have accidentally clicked here. Canon came home while I was working. Alright. Hey there! The night was no longer young, and snowflakes were furiously dancing outside my monstrous windows. Don't glomp on me so tightly. She tugged on my sleeve firmly. Too many times have I told you this, huh? Sorry, how many times have I told you this? Don't act so spoiled. Hey, Vancho. Hey, hey. What, are you nervous? I'm pretty sure nervous is the word for that, Canon. Huh. What do you want me to do? She just wants cuddles. Stop this, I'm serious. After taking off her coat and washing up, Canon suddenly became polite. Okay. Alright. What? I have a bad feeling about this. Canon is trying to be considerate to me. Hesitance crept up on me the more I racked my brain, wondering what this could be about. Oh no. Do you know what it is, Bancho? Is that why you're cringing already? Okay. You are too. Despite sounding like a joke, her gaze was very serious. Okay, but we don't know what it's about, so how do we decide that? What it'll be? Is this something I'm going to regret hearing? Okay, I'm stressed. What the hell's going on here? Suddenly, as if possessed by a demon, I remembered the sensation last night when Canon held me. I remembered the emotions. I remembered her sweet scent and her warmth. Wait. This isn't about, you know, that, is it? No, I don't know. What is that? Articulate, my boy. I swallowed. My expression must be very stiff right now. I'm pretty sure you guys are thinking of two different that's, so please, for the love of God, just spell it out. She shook her head in a lonely way. I see. Oh my god, I'm so uncomfortable. I'm lost. I'm just sitting here frowning, chewing my lip. I can't lie, I'm curious. I want to hear her out, but I feel like if I do, I'll never be able to turn back. I need to make this decision carefully. I'll avoid the subject. I should listen to her. We should probably listen, right? No! Damn it. We will not listen. The choice is to avoid the subject. Fuck. Like, I feel like I don't necessarily... Like, I won't be very happy hearing it, but then living with the question mark of what the heck is it? It's gonna be annoying. Damn, we have to avoid the subject, okay. I cleared my throat. Sorry, Canon, but can it wait for another time? So? Yes, I'm sorry. I tried to be as cold as possible. Like you said, I'm pretty busy. Hey, Kennedy! Hi, hi! Ah, okay then, great. You should take your bath now.
Hi.
Yeah, okay. She hurried into the changing room. I don't feel anything. The snow outside is constantly changing. It falls silently and will disappear by morning. I've always looked at Canon as a source of income. Oh, it's fantastic. That's all, and she'll never be anything more than that. My head hurt so much I swore my skull was about to burst. I decided to get to sleep early today. I flipped open the newspaper after seeing Canon off the next morning. Even though Canon was making headlines in the sports section, my interests really laid elsewhere. The conflict between the Sonoyama and Shinei groups was escalating. Late last night, a firefight erupted in the vicinity of Central Boulevard. One man from Shinei was dead. So it's getting really serious, okay. And two Sonoyama men were in intensive care after sustaining bullet wounds. Even our legitimate businesses are suffering from this incident. Nothing piles the work on my desk like falling revenues at the clubs downtown. The stress it's giving me might even be what's causing the headaches that have been brutalizing my vision. Yeah, no, I think those are coming from somewhere else. However, if Mao wanted to act, he wouldn't waste a day's chance. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably we've been at it for like 10 previous streams, so that's what, like 20 hours. Drama, mystery, bit of suspense here and there, bit of detective work here and there, something like that. Yeah. Kanon's performance doesn't start until around 8 tonight, but the sooner we get Saijo to spill the beans, the better. It's a wholesome slice of life one. That's the furthest from reality, but okay. Surely no one would start a shootout in broad daylight, but I still have to admit, but I still have to be careful to make sure I'm not targeted. Hello. Dokita isn't here yet.
Yuki wa asa yowai node.
It's noon, Usami. I knew any friend of hers couldn't be normal.
それより一ついいですか?
Yeah, alright. Sure, shoot.
西条が宿泊していたホテルから西条の荷物を確認してみたんですが。
You found his luggage? How? Anything interesting in there?
気になるのはパスポートと航空券ですね。航空券は今日の予約でした。
He was going to flee by plane. Where was he headed?
香港行きのチケットでしたね。
Oh my god, Bear, 115th Street! Holy heck! Oh, that's amazing. Absolutely epic. Oh, that's a wow. I don't usually count how many streams I have in a year, but whoa. No, that's awesome. Thank you, thank you. So he was leaving the country. If the ticket was for today, then that must mean he was planning on taking some action today and getting the hell out immediately afterward.
ええ。そして海外まで逃げなければならないほど大きな事件を起こす気だったのです。
Something so big, the police would show up immediately.
でしょうね。
Well, if we consider the possibility that Mao may attempt an escape as well, we should set up a patrol at the airport.
そんな余裕はあるんですか?
Try watching the news for once. Yes. What does that mean? Oh my god, he's so condescending. If you haven't noticed, we're pretty much fighting a war right now. I mean, the total number of streams is definitely bigger. Maybe there was once where you were busy. I feel like, yeah, at some point you had some courses that were kind of like overlapping with stream, right? Hey, Moth-chan, how's it going? But yeah. The Sonoyama group has over 1,000 members, all on standby due to the current conflict. Of course, these figures inflated somewhat by the inclusion of street hoodlum associates and stuff. I mean, yeah, but how could she assume that? Come on, dude. But naturally, even these members aren't spared from their harsh duties during wartime. We're in war times. How many people have been mobilized for Canon by now, I wonder? I don't keep track of it anyway, so like I wouldn't know. And my memory sucks. I remember most of the times that you've been here, so that's what matters. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Not many people know me by face. I've been posing as a normal student after all. Don't worry, Gonzo wouldn't give a damn if I was taken hostage. I think everyone's caught onto this by now. Protected by 0 fucks given by Gonzo. When I streamed Zelda? Okay, yeah, probably. Yeah, maybe. It could be. Why is this Joker staring at me? Oh, there she is. Oh, okay. I heard a voice and turned around to find Tokita. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, you're so sweet. Yeah, I did stream some Zelda in the past. There's a new game, I haven't touched it yet. Maybe, you know, maybe. For the foreseeable future, we're trying to finish this. And let me see. What's the calendar say? So we have 2 streams this week, and then 1, 2, possibly 3 more weeks after that. So in total, like 8 streams. Can we finish that in 8 streams? Because at the moment I can't promise more than that. Then we're gonna be incredibly close to my due date, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know what will be then. Echoes of Wisdom. Yeah, that's the one I mean. Yeah, I haven't tried that yet. But I do have it in mind that I want to do something like that. Yeah, I don't know, Bancho. 115 streams ago is probably a long time ago. I do remember that there was once a moment where Bea said that she couldn't join stream because there was something going on. I also remember there was sometimes when she had courses, but somehow she was still like having me in the background, which is dedication that I do appreciate. So it doesn't really matter when the streak ended. In my heart, it means a whole lot. So no worries. Or like where the streak was interrupted. That's better way to put it. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Do you think you're late enough? Yeah, one thing about this novel is that we don't really like DMC. I personally don't like DMC. The fact that I also have to read his lines and his inner thoughts sometimes is it's an experience. Yeah, let's just leave it like that. Oh, that's nice. Oh, your emotes the most emotes you're using are really cute as well. I love this one. Oh, I love birds, so that's really cute. By the end, I will love him. Pancho, don't mess with my heart, okay? I don't believe you. I can say that with 20% confidence. Oh yeah, super cute burbies. Nice burbies. Alright.
いや、私は5回くらいモーニングコールしたよ。
Yeah, but you're supposed to come in person, I guess.
昔は家まで迎えに来てくれたのに。
だって家知らないし。
Stop going back and forth with this crap. Let's go already. We passed through the narrow alleys of Central Boulevard and headed toward the building that held the Saijo. Hey, Tokita, don't forget what you promised yesterday, okay? Tokita flashed me a confident smile.
簡単よ。すぐに終わらせてあげる。
Oh my gosh. So what we're doing now is we're gonna go interrogate a guy that they're holding hostage. So if those vibes seemed chill earlier, they probably won't be for much longer.
おい、時田、遅いじゃないか。
Everyone's complaining about that. The moment Tokita sat down, Saijo screamed.
まったく、すぐ戻ってくるものだとばかり思っていたが、一体何の真似だ。
Tokita frowned and glanced at Saijo apologetically.
本当にすみません。私がいない間、何かありましたか？
What a clever response. The guy's not only been left alone, but he's been given booze, 3 square meals a day, a nap time, for God's sake. Anything more and he'd be in a jacuzzi at the Ritz with high-class hookers.
実は、とても残念なお知らせがありまして。
MC is bad, but it's okay because he has another personality. Yeah, he is bad and his personality is evil. His other personalities, it's so much better.
なんだ、どうした？
Tokita shook her head and let her gaze fall. After letting a good amount of time pass, she finally responded.
連中はあなたをその許すつもりはないようなのです。
Saijo was speechless. Tokita's tone was full of sincerity. Yet it still bore gravity.
すみません。本当に。
She seemed to pale somewhat, as if to pretend she'd spent the past 24 hours bargaining for his freedom. However, Tokita's words weren't a lie. It's crystal clear that Saijo isn't going to be released. Yuki was also honest when she first met with Saijo, introducing herself as Usami's friend. Perhaps telling the truth is some sort of rule of negotiation.
それでも私がここに戻ってきたのはまだお話の途中だったからです。望みはあると思っています。そう。何か取引になるような材料さえあれば。
取引だと？
Saijo stared unblinkingly at Tokita. Oh, pet pet.
ええ。あなたが許されるに足りるような材料です。
それはつまり、魔王の計画を話せということだろう。昨日も言ったが、それは。
I mean, I am intrigued by the plot. I'm curious where they're gonna take it. Cannot necessarily bond much with the main character, but that's okay. I mean, there are other characters that I do like. Like, I like Usami a lot. I like Yuki so far. She seems like an interesting character. Canon is quite refreshing as well, so I'm alright. I can find things to connect with, even if yeah, our main character is not one of them. He cut himself off.
話せば助かるという保証はあるのか？
京介。
Focus on the girls. Yeah. Tokita suddenly called my name, my given name, without an honorific.
どういう取り決めになっているか話してあげて。
Tokita must be trying to demonstrate her power to Saijo. So I'm forced to be the bad guy, is that it? If you don't talk, you'll be killed. However, if you tell us about Maou, this whole thing will blow over smoothly. I'm the son of the head of the Sonoyama group. I'll probably inherit this position. You can take my word as the organization's word. I just pulled stuff out of my hands. Of course he did. Tokita, who's on a first-name basis with the son of the group's leader, turned back to Saijo. The last time I had fun was during the kidnapping. Oh no.
というわけだけれど、残念ね。あなたはとても義理がたい人だから。
Saijo kept silent. Silence is probably the only thing he can manage. His pupils erratically focused on the floor as he ground his teeth.
こういうのはどうかしら。
Having used a low voice as if whispering to him alone, Tokita immediately got his attention. Saijo's eyes quickly switched back to her as he listened intently.
西条さん、昨日の話の続きをしましょう。
At some point, she cast off her reverent and respectful diction and shifted her pose forward.
昨日の話、覚えてるわね。
私の話だったな。
そう。あなたが今日何をするつもりだったのか詳しく話してほしいの。別に魔王の話をする必要はないわ。あくまであなたがあなたの行動を話すのであって、それが例えば魔王の計画を漏らすことになったのだとしても、私にはわからないわ。
Tokita must be trying to say, I'm the only one that won't scorn you.
大丈夫よ。真実を話してくれればいいだけなんだから。真実は好きでしょ？あなたは世の中のいろんな嘘や欺瞞に疲れてる。違う？
She's smooth. She's really good at it. This is probably the coup de grace. These abstract and yet tangible words will inflate his sense of greatness and stimulate his pride.
お願い。これが最後よ。力を貸して。
After that came the silence. Saijo's feet started to shake, and after keeping his head hung low for so long, he finally lifted it to stare at Tokita. Will he talk? Saijo flashed me an expression of horror before relaxing his shoulders, with a look of exhaustion. At length he opened his trembling lips.
狙いは浅いかの。リンクに向けて爆弾を投げ込む予定だった。
Okay, okay. Alright. A bomb! I couldn't help but scream out. Usami spoke up quickly as well.
荷物を調べさせてもらいましたが、あなたは爆弾を持っていない。
Saijo suddenly clammed up. I suppose he may have had something to do with the appearance of Sunny, the target of his hatred.
詳しくお話ししてもらえるのよね、西条さん。あなたは約束は守る人でしょ。
会場で受け取る予定だった。
The music sure got activated here. What the heck?
魔王からですね。
Saijo didn't answer, but it was as good a confirmation as any.
浅井さん、フィギュアスケート会場に爆弾なんて持ち込めるんですか？
I don't know much about bombs, but can't you make pretty small ones these days? Seems like it would be a cinch. All you'd have to do is stash it in your pocket and walk right in. There are searches at the entrance, but that's more for things like cameras. They won't actually do a thorough inspection of your personal belongings. That is a frightening thought. Small bombs, exactly. That's what I was thinking as well. This is one situation where the small bombs actually sound threatening. Unable to control myself, I inched closer to Saijo. Why? Why Kanon?
それは私の知るところではない。私はただ共に協力するだけだ。
いいえ、浅井さん。魔王の目的はずれていません。
What?
今回の脅迫事件は、もともとカノンに負けるよう指示するものでした。
So you're saying he's resorted to direct violence? I don't know too much about the power of a bomb, but if Kanon's injured at all, she's done for. When? When were you planning to detonate the bomb?
詳しい手口は知らない。
Don't fuck with me. Dokita's hand stopped me.
嘘はついていないわ。
リンクに投げ込むと言いましたね。ということは、タイミングは演技前の練習の時か、演技中、カノンが現れた時ですね。
Usami also pressed closer to Saijo.
爆弾を受け取る予定だと？
ああ。
あなたは魔王と顔を合わせたことがあるんですか？
Right. How was the handoff supposed to go
会
down?
ったことはない。今日初めて顔を合わせるはずだった。
He scratched his nose while talking.
どこで待ち合わせる予定だったんですか？会場の中、外、
会場内だ。
売店、トイレ、客席。
そりゃ時間が来たら連絡すると言っていた。
時間はいつ
？8時近くだ。携帯電話が鳴るまで私は客席に座って待機していればよかった。
Usami kept on nodding.
私からの最後の質問です。あなたのご友人は、たとえあなたの協力が得られなくても、目的を成し遂げようとすると思いますか？
At that, Saijo cracked up.
当たり前だ、宇佐美。彼は現在のフィギュアスケートを憎んでいる。浅井カノンとかいう生意気な小娘を許すことはないだろう。
His laughter only grew louder and more maniacal, reverberating around the tiny room.
そうだ、私が喋っても意味はない。魔王は賢い。私が捕まったとしても必ず貴様らの裏をかいた作戦を用意してことに臨むだろう。魔王はもう2人も殺しているにもかかわらず、警察の手も及ばないほど有能な犯罪者だ。
It sounds as if he's trying to defend his weakness for confessing. He's killed 2 people? I pressed ever closer to Saijo. Who was the second? I thought it was only the designer.
おや、まだ知らないのか。バレエダンサーの男だ。海に突き落として殺した。
So that's what happened.
さあ、私を解放しろ。約束は守れよ、ときた。
まだあるわ、西条さん。
She shook her head.
まだ話し足りないことがあるはずよ。そう。例えば、魔王の風貌ね。
He doesn't know though. Saijo's eyebrow twitched.
顔を合わせたことがないというのは本当でしょう。でも、待ち合わせにあたって、魔王は何か自分の特徴を口にしていなかった？
いいだろう。ニット帽だ。
Cap.
黒のニット帽をかぶった細身で長身の男が魔王だ。
A tall, thin man wearing a black wool cap. Okay. That's not particularly distinctive, but okay.
どうもありがとう。
Tokita blossomed with a gentle smile that I hadn't seen before.
さようなら。もう会うこともないでしょ
なんだって？
Saijo's eyes widened in shock.
待て。お前？
あなたは私の春をナイフで切り裂こうとした。
Tokita spoke harshly.
嘘はついていないわよ。私は弁護士ではないのだからね。
私を救うと？
ええ。あなたは妹を殺しておいて何も顧みなかったようね。そういう人間が救われるには。
Tokita's gaze was flashing bewitchingly.
ね。わかるでしょ？
Saijo didn't move a single inch. He just maintained that glare. All that remained was a sad man harshly beaten far too many times. Okay then. The sky had already started to darken.
会えて嬉しかったわ、京介くん。
Tokita wanted to shake hands with me. You were a big help. I guess I owe you one.
礼なんていいのよ。ね。
Yeah, she's pretty badass. At least that is my impression so far.
はい。
We only just met her like last stream, so that's why I'm saying that. Usami was saluting for some reason.
大変な事件が起こってるみたいだけど、頑張ってね。
Tokita waved as she disappeared into the crowds of the lavish street. First things first, I'll go report to Gonzo.
浅井さん、スケートのチケットお持ちですか？
Oh, right. You can have mine. Go ahead, I'll meet you there.
ひとまず会場の出入り口を見張っておくとします。
Sounds logical. Mao might already be in the arena though.
よし、じゃあ解散。
Usami ran off with an excessively high-strung voice. Whew. My entire body is sore. My fever is acting up again. And now, of all times... I stormed into Gonzon's estate and quickly explained the situation.
今晩9時、親衛会の事務所を一家総出で囲む。あまり人は動かせん。
I realize the situation with Shine is of the utmost concern. But Kanon's life is at risk. Yeah. We already know how much he cares about that.
乗り込みはもう連合全体に告知したことだ。俺も自ら出向く。今さら取りやめられん。
Right, but...
この家にいるものを使え。
But... Are you going to be alright? Very well. I've already prepared 10 tickets, so we should be ready to move.
そっちの指揮は堀部に任せる。うまく使え。
Gonzo appeared to be on a high in the face of the upcoming hunt. I contacted Horibe and headed toward the arena. It's already near 6 o'clock. Famous skaters from overseas are battling it out on the ice, and the crowd is boiling to a heated frenzy.
浅井さん、すみません。
Though we were nearly drowning in the sea of people, I was able to meet up with Sami.
魔王らしき人物は見当たりませんでした。見落とした可能性もあります。
This crowd makes it easy to miss someone. According to Saijo's confession, Maou was supposed to be wearing something like a black wool cap, right?
ええ、しかし、いつも被っているとは限りません。
Right, I suppose not. Hats are pretty
お
conspicuous.
そらく、カノンの登場時間が近づいてからが勝負でしょう。
Hats are pretty conspicuous. Meanwhile, there's like a guy just here wearing something. So conspicuous. I understand, but first, on the off chance that Mao is somewhere nearby, let's split up and look around. He's a tall, lean young man, right? Yeah, it must be him, 100%.
あまり効率的とは言えませんが、今はそれしかなさそうですね。
Yeah, let's do a loop and meet back here. Horibe-san, how are things on your end? 8 Sonoyama men were scattered about the arena, including Horibe. We spoke over the phone.
無理でしょ、坊ちゃん。もうちょっと特徴がつかめねえと。細身で長身の野郎なんていくらでもいますからね。
Exactly. Yeah, I know. Sorry, I can't give you anything else to go on.
気が合わせるのはわかりますがね。また何か分かったら連絡ください。
Of course, I'm anxious. After all, if I don't do something... Ah, motherfuck, another headache.
浅井さん、どうです？
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just fed up with my own stupidity.
いえいえ、やっぱりがむしゃらに動いてみるものですね。私は魔王の犯行の糸口をつかみましたよ。
Okay, an epiphany, alright. What was it?
西条がどういう方法で爆弾を投げ入れるつもりだったのかということです。
I don't know, but what's so special about the way he'll throw it? I tried to adjust my blurry vision by kneading the bridge of my nose.
大丈夫ですか？
Yeah, don't worry about me. Just tell me about your epiphany.
あのお店をご覧ください。
Usami pointed in the direction of a nearby kiosk.
お花屋さんですよね。
Ah, yeah, because at the end of a performance, people might throw like plushies and flowers down to the skater. I know they do that, yeah. Yeah, what about it? Usami suddenly squinted.
本当に体調が悪いみたいですね。
I told you not to worry.
いいですか？西条は香港行きの航空券を持っていたんです。
Small bombs in
と
the
いうことは
flowers.
犯行後逃げるつもりだったわけですよね。
Sure.
ユキには悪いですが、西条の話はどうも口頭無形というか現実的ではないなと思っていたんです。だってリンクの上に爆弾なんて投げ入れて逃げられるわけがありません。
Yeah, you're probably right. There's plenty more security here today than just our yakuza.
はい、席を立ってそんなものを投げ入れたらまず確実に取り押さえられるでしょう。
I think I'm beginning to understand her.
しかしさっきから会場を見ていれば観客がリンクに近づき自由に物を投げ入れられる瞬間があります。
I gave a firm slow nod. The flower toss.
って言うみたいですね。演技が終わった選手に客席から花束を投げ入れるんです。
I've seen them do plushies as well. It was like super cute to see like skaters collecting all kinds of like cute little things. That's nice. It's also not so nice that it would be used for something like this, but yeah. You've really been thinking about
カ
this.
ノンは今日本で一番人気がある選手です。演技が終わればみんなリンク際に駆け寄ることでしょう。
And along with that flood, a bomb will be thrown onto the ice in the guise of a bouquet of flowers. And knowing how much people love Canon, I'm sure the flowers thrown tonight will rival a small garden. Thus, it would be impossible to see who threw what. Of course, if the police were to investigate, it should be a relatively simple matter to identify the assassin by examining trajectories and the arena seating plan. I don't know if it's that straightforward, but okay. But if that person flees overseas before the analysis comes back with any results, it'll again be difficult to chase and catch him. So, what next?
この混雑です。カノンの演技終了までに魔王を見つけられなければジ・エンドです。
Easier said than done, Sami.
ひとまず花屋さんのそばを監視しておくとします。
That'll be a waste of time if he smuggled his own flowers in. And flowers aren't necessarily the only options. Fans throw stuffed animals into the rink as well. Yeah, there we go.
西条は8時近くに魔王と接触する予定だったそうですね。
I guess that's when our match will be decided. The skaters are warming up around then, and the spectators are free to roam about the arena.
しかし
Usami shook her head,
どう
unsatisfied.
にも後手に回っていますね。
And how's that? The intel from Saijo has brought us a long way, wouldn't you say?
それはそうですが
Usami grew silent, lost in thought. What, are you scared? What's this question?
いえいえ
If you're scared, Usami, you could always escape.
知らなかったんですか。大魔王からは逃げられないんですよ。
Usami walked toward the flower stall with a smirk on her face. I need to get searching too. Kanon's life is at stake, after all. She may be a little short-tempered, but she's a simple, honest girl deep down. Yeah, who you said earlier was just a source of income to you. So conflicting. Anyway, there aren't many who understand her, but I at least have no choice but to accept her wholeheartedly. Because even if it's only in name, I'm Kanon's brother. Ugh, why now? God damn it, my head hurts. Now then. I checked the hands of my watch. Oh. We are in Maou mode now, aren't we? There are still 15 minutes before 8 o'clock. But still, all communications from Saijo have ceased. What should I make of that? Yes, we have switched to Maou mode. Did he spill the proverbial beans of our plan? If so, how much did he tell? I suppose that's the more critical question. Did he tell them that I'd be wearing a wool cap? Oh well, I'll make my move. I will give you a glorious death. Oh, sweet Lord. I took the cap out of my pocket and donned it as I walked down the corridor. Oh, okay, perspectives. Okay. I'm gonna hide myself for a bit. There we go. Tensions inside were running a record high. After all, Azai Kanon would soon take to the ice. The favorite to win, bearing all of Japan's hopes and expectations, showed herself in the rink. Amongst the passionately cheering masses, Haru's shoulder was suddenly grabbed.
坊ちゃん見なかったかい？
It was Horibe.
いいえ、連絡しても繋がらなくて。
こんだけ混みようと電波の状況も悪いみたいだな。
Haru was worried. Kyosuke had been white as a ghost the last time she saw him, and he could barely keep standing.
もう時間がありません。我々だけで探しましょう。きっと浅井さんも必死になって魔王を追っているはずです。
Yeah, about that.
黒のニット帽だっけ？
はい。何としても阻止しなくては。
Haru exchanged phone numbers with Horibe. A test call between them went through, albeit barely. Perhaps their phone models had good compatibility with each other, or they were using the same service provider. I don't know if the phone models would have anything to do about it. It's all about the signal going through the service provider, right? Anyway, Haru weaved through the crowds, keeping her eyes on every lurking corner. It was now precisely 8 o'clock. The skaters were practicing on the ice, gliding around and launching themselves into the air. The monstrous audience cheered and applauded whenever one of these jumps was completed successfully. Haru made her way to a row of seats very close to the ice as she intently watched Kanon dash across the rink. For a moment she thought that their gazes met. However, Kanon didn't seem to recognize her at all. Was she too deep in concentration? It was entirely possible, seeing how even the actions of the other skaters didn't seem to register with her. Haru turned her head as she meandered through the rows of seats. There, a black wool cap, and that silhouette, that unforgettable silhouette. This was without a doubt the man who escaped her by a hair's width on Central Boulevard. Haru followed the man in the aisle with her eyes. She charged forward to dial Horibe's number and put the cell to her ear. Fortunately, it connected right away. Haru asked for confirmation while continuing her pursuit. Fantastic! Haru's steps got even lighter. Horibe seems to have locked onto Maou as well, so... Surely this time she'll... Horibe yelled, panting. That's a different person. Haru's mind suddenly went blank. How? She stopped dead in her tracks. But he's right in front of me. Mao's right over there. Heh. Usami should be drowning in confusion and helplessness right about now. The only lead she had was the cap, but there are dozens of men in the arena wearing one at the moment. Yeah, like, I would expect that. My decoys were chosen according to their height, one similar to my own. Ah, okay, so he intentionally made them. Okay. There's an arena in this town that serves... Sorry, an arena. An area in this town that serves as a sort of community for foreigners who've come here to work away from home. As long as one is willing to pay, it's a simple matter to gather a group of ready and willing henchmen. I gave them tickets, ordered them to wear the caps, and told them to wander around the arena wearing a large black coat. I'm sure every last one of them thinks all Japanese look alike, but I was still careful to make sure they didn't see my face during our dealings. Their fees were paid entirely in old bills. Oh wait, maybe I should, yeah. I can come back then. Their fees were paid entirely in old bills with the non-sequential serial numbers. One would be hard-pressed to pull a lead out of the decoys. So, what are you going to do next, Usami? Or, yeah, maybe I spoke too soon. Yeah. Wait, let's have a look at this just for a bit. Alright. Horibe's voice was getting closer. One had been spotted near the entrance, one beside the washroom. The arena was rapidly flooded by men in black wool caps. What a nightmare! Uneasiness started to set in. She had already figured that Maou would hatch some sort of plan. After all, if he is aware of Saijou's capture, and he would be, he would have no other choice. Maou had probably planned this whole charade after realizing that Saijou would leak information regarding the cap. Calm down, Haru. Haru reprimanded herself as she crashed into spectators all through the crowded passageways of the arena. She chased the cap closest to her. She began to think out loud to Horibe. Maou was using foreigners as decoys. Naturally, this was to hide himself. However, he couldn't have prepared more than a dozen tickets or so. It would be too eye-catching if you bought over 20 tickets at an auction. Even if he used multiple usernames at an online auction, the police could pin them down to one person if they investigated the matter. And in any case, it was very likely that this was an impromptu plan Maou concocted on the spot. This crime was originally intended to be carried out by Saijou alone. Saijou's failure forced a change of plans upon Maou, and there hasn't been enough time since his capture to prepare a full-blown scenario shift.
落ち着いて一人ずつ捕まえていきましょう。
The warm-up period will be over soon. When the competition resumes, the crowd in the halls will subside. However, that also means Haru and the Sonoyama men wouldn't be able to move around as conspicuously as they are now. Conspicuously or inconspicuously? Because now they're able to move around because they're in a crowd and everybody's moving around. So they are inconspicuous. Or am I tired? Anyway. Haru fell to the stare of a security guard as she finally arrived at the next wool cap. This track takes me back. Gotta look for the OST. Yeah, the music is really good. Really hype. Very fitting for moments like these. No dice. She quietly glanced at his face and discovered blue eyes. He didn't react to Haru's proximity either. He had probably just been ordered to wander around. Just in case, she talked to him, but the foreign words he replied with weren't in Mao's voice. Oh, Lord. We get a view of him as well. According to my observations, I'd say there were 10 people chasing me, including Usami. The performance was about to begin, and the audience was hushed in anticipation. If someone ran around them now, they'd attract attention. Kanon will be the third skater to take the ice. I'd say it will be about 15 minutes until she does so. That leaves less than 20 before the audience begins to throw her flowers. Still, I can't believe it's turned into another game of tag. What a spirited young woman. Very well. Catch me if you can. Okay then. The arena's speakers announced the competitor's entrance. After a brief cheer, the crowd quieted again, like an ebbing tide. It was about time for Haru to stop running around. Nevertheless, she couldn't bring herself to give up. After all, there were less than 20 minutes before the end of Kanon's performance. Horibe called again.
二人です。どちらも魔王ではありませんでした。
Haru began to think she needed to stay calm. She braced her gut to resist being overwhelmed by the situation. If that happens, there will be an uproar. Rumors will be plastered all over the front page. Still, Kanon's life is the most important consideration. Suddenly, another black cap appeared in the corner of Haru's vision. That makes 6. Horibe said as a once fading anxiety grew stronger again in his voice.
はい。
魔王は西条が捕まったことを知っているわけだろ。
はい。
なのに、ご丁寧にニット帽なんてかぶってくるか。西条がゲロすることくらい予想してるだろ。
それならば、なぜ今この時間になって大量のニット帽が現れたんですか？
Haru checked out the sixth man while talking.
堀部さんのおっしゃる通り、魔王は西条が計画を漏らしたことを予測しているでしょう。だったら一人で会場に現れればいいのです。我々は魔王の素顔を知りません。それこそニット帽をかぶる必要もなければおとりを用意する意味もないのです。
That Haru still didn't know. Why would Maou bring these decoys here? The more accomplices he uses, the more chances there are for a perfect crime to be ruined. The decoys must bring him some benefit that's more enticing than the obvious risks. Perhaps he was trying to outwit Usami and the rest by thinking one step ahead again. Right now, Maou is probably capless, casually watching the performance. However, as Usami told Horibe just moments earlier, that would defeat the purpose of the decoys. They make his pursuers grow restless, which in turn makes the security guards more than a little antsy. Security guards on edge would undoubtedly make things harder for Mao when he tried to escape after throwing the bomb, wouldn't they?
ニット帽を追いましょう。全員捕まえるんです。
This again. Oh come, lovely child, oh come thou with me. For many a game I will play there with thee. The simplest answer was that Mao really is just playing a game. It wouldn't be surprising, seeing as how the situation mirrors the Miwa family's kidnapping in many ways. Mao took their ransom in a glorious farce despite the risks, and hiring the decoys might simply be a similar act of flamboyant confidence. Then again, that confidence would suggest that Mao exists somewhere amongst the caps. He's saying, catch me if you can. The first girl must have finished her run. A wave of passionate applause rang out and faded again. Ay, 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 ay. I retrieved the backpack from the locker at the end of the hall. Its contents had been prepared well in advance. Explosives and computer-controlled detonation equipment. Technology has made the world so convenient, hasn't it? Man's progress has reached a point that even bombs come in user-friendly versions for us laymen. It cost a pretty penny, but I'd call it quite the bargain considering the worth of a human life. Yeah. Step by step I continued to move. Can't believe I thought Death Note had tense showdowns. I have never watched it, so I cannot compare. It's almost time. Usami should be flustered beyond belief right now. But the more anxious she gets, the cooler her head will get, and the harder she'll search for me. I don't know. I was never really intrigued by it. Death Note more like Bad Note. CCC. Wait, the more anxious she gets, the cooler her head will get, and the harder she'll search for me. But isn't having keeping a cool head the opposite of being anxious? I'm confused by this logic, but sure, yeah. I did read Death Note, but didn't finish it. Love the beginning though. Okay, alright. And of course she would. Kanon's life is at stake after all. However, that girl still has a long way to go. I mean, just look at all the special service I've been giving her, and yet she still hasn't caught me. Special service? Oh my god. Oh. Looks like I played a little too much. Haru stopped her restless footsteps. A security guard had just come to question her. After an apology and an excuse, she had immediately gone after the cap in front of her again. At this point, she just hoped that this would be the last one. Based on Horibe's most recent figures, this was the 10th cap and code. Even if there were more decoys than this, her time was pretty much up. Kanon's performance was starting. Ride of the Valkyries echoed throughout the arena. The applause rose to ridiculous volumes a countless number of times. Kanon's popularity was truly a thing of wonder. Maybe translation is a bit wonky in places? Yeah, I think so. it might be a little bit. But yeah. I'm not sure why she doesn't think Mao is capless. I mean, basically that was said earlier, right? Because if he were capless, then what's the point of all the capped men? Like, in her mind it doesn't connect. Like, she would suspect that it's more likely for him to be wearing a cap in order to be engaged in the game that he's playing, as opposed to detached from it, because he's also somehow getting a thrill out of it. That's how I understand it at the moment. It would make sense to bait her with henchmen to keep her attention away. He would be invisible to her. Yes, absolutely, I agree with you. It's just that's not what he would want to do, because then that would not be interesting enough to him. Understand? It's like it's also about his psychology of playing this game. I mean, that's how I understand it so far. But, yeah. And we know that's what he's doing, so it makes sense. So, Haru caught up with the cab. At this distance, she could reach out and touch him. Mao's silhouette came to her mind again. The tall, lean man in front of her matched her memory rather well. Surprised, the man's shoulders shook.
Maou.
He seems to know Japanese, at least. The man, keeping his back to Haru, stopped moving. He carried a backpack on his left shoulder.
Maou だな。
I just find it hard to accept the reasoning based on information provided by supernatural agency. Narration. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. A lot of the things that Maou has done are not necessarily that, let's say, they're not based on cold, hard logic, because it seems to not like tickle his fancy that much. He is super prepared, but somehow also likes living on the edge, you know? So I think that's the direction that the novel is trying to go into, to portray him like that. How realistic it is, I don't know. You can make up your own minds. I take things at face value, and if this is the game that he wants to play, then okay, this is a game that he wants to play, not questioning it that much. Haru moved. She reached out trying to grab the man's arm, but she caught only air. The man suddenly broke into a sprint. Haru gave chase, refusing to let him escape. She ran with all her strength and finally cornered the man into a dead end. He stopped running and slowly turned as he caught his breath. He had balanced features, a big nose perhaps, but sharp eyes. Haru moaned in regret. This man wasn't Maou. He clumsily started to explain that he didn't have a camera. Aww, poor guy. Inside the arena, the average spectator isn't permitted one. Everything was explained after she looked through his bag. It was a false alarm entirely. He was simply a young man that wanted to sneak a photo of Kanon. So what am I supposed to do now? Haru stood motionless, trying desperately to rouse her lost self. Kanon's performance was over. It was all over. At last the audience gave her a standing ovation. Oblivious to her plight, Kanon showed her appreciation for the audience while doing a half-lap around the rink. And before she completes her round, the flowers thrown for her will bring with them a bomb of terrible destructive power. If this keeps up, everything will end before Haru gets a chance to do anything. Just like the time she disappointed Tsubaki. Just like the time her mother died. How strange. At the last second, Haru regained her focus. The sounds around her no longer reached her ears. Indeed, the entire situation was strange. Now that she thought about it, everything seemed horribly wrong. There was a discrepancy. She had been confused about it ever since Azai Gonzo approached her with the letter. Haru considered the whole incident from the beginning. The suspicious points, which had been like a skyscraper in a rainforest, became unnoticeable as the forest grew. In an instant, Haru's scattered thoughts snapped into a single straight line.
しかし確証がない。
Bring in Lunon next, what? Haru didn't even blink. It was as if she couldn't move at all. And at last, the roar of the crowd penetrated her concentration. The screams mixed into the din slowly eroded through Haru's eardrum. She could have sworn they were mocking her, frantically shouting, "Usami lost." Yeah, a little bit too much in your head, girl. Alright. Looks like I played a little too much. I'm glad the music chilled out though, because it is very good at what it's doing, but over extended amounts of time, it's really giving me a bit of anxiety. Like, I feel like my heart is beating faster. So a little bit of a break is good. Thank you very much. I almost missed the train to the southern district. Guess I stayed at the arena for too long. Though I managed to catch the train in the end, I can't shake this nagging feeling that everything I do will fail. For example, Saijo. He was captured as a result of my underestimation of Sami. Using accomplices, constructing alibis, hosting a wild goose chase with decoys. These things certainly introduce a little variety into the concept of crime, but at the same time, accomplices are risk incarnate. And in the end, Saijo revealed my plan. Case in point. What a despicable human being. I was kind to him, yet he betrayed me. Bit by bit, I've really come to understand that an accomplice is nothing more than a hindrance. Still, I can't help but laugh. Out of relief, that is. I'd almost like to thank Saijo for passing my feint onto those who would oppose me. Because my real target isn't Kanon. It's you, Azai Gonzo. Okay. I left the arena immediately. It's not a good idea to stay in a place with so many cameras for too long. After taking a detour halfway to retrieve the bag with the bomb near the train station, I've arrived at Gonzo's mansion. I suppose the devil has smiled on me this evening. Even though I have predicted it, no expected it, I'm still shocked that Gonzo left himself defenseless, despite being in the middle of a war. Okay, I see. So he was banking, or like, half predicting that all of the men that could protect him would then be engaged in something else. Most of them would war between the organizations, whatever, and then whoever else with the ice rink situation. Okay. It's a direct result of the continuous disruptions the Sonoyama group has faced this week. Well, it would take a minute to plant the bomb on the bottom of Gonzo's personal Mercedes. I'm confident that I could manage it even if there had been security patrols. But you're not gonna do that, are you? You have something else in your mind, right? But in any case, tonight at 9, the general will enter the battle with Shinei himself. He plans to wipe the small fries who dare challenge the Sonoyama group off the face of the earth, apparently. Everyone in the Yakuza knows about this, so obviously I know of it too. In just a moment, the car will park near the front gate to pick up Gonzo. I'll aim from the moment the driver leaves the car to get Gonzo. Gonzo would never have thought he'd be killed this way. Car bombs and the like simply aren't in Yakuza protocols. Really? Not that I know much about them. But, like, what are you saying? Do they have, like, a code of honor? We do not do car bombs. These mafia types announce themselves first. Oh, okay. Then they declare their intentions and charge right in for the kill. Uh-huh. So, mafia with honor. They do have a code of honor. Oh, right. Okay, I don't know much about it. That's why. That's interesting. I've only been, like, exposed to media describing or exploring mafia gangs and whatever from the US, who do not have that. So I don't know much about the Yakuza. It wouldn't be honorable to take an enemy's head without going through the proper procedure. It's a very Japanese thing, though, I will admit. This is especially true for the highly traditional Shinei group. The only problem will be the police. For the same reason that Gonzo won't suspect a thing, the police will have a good chance of guessing that the person who killed Gonzo wasn't someone from Shinei. Ah, okay, so he wouldn't be able to shift the blame and have a scapegoat, okay. However, that's as far as they'll get. First off, I won't leave any evidence pointing to me as the culprit. The wool cap is a bit of a joke, but it's also here to guarantee that I won't leave any hair on the scene. Naturally, I'm using latex gloves, so I won't leave fingerprints. Though there's a chance that fibers from my clothing will be left behind. My apparel tonight consists entirely of cheap goods from local department stores. Anyone could buy this stuff. Well, even if I choose to be a little lazy, the bomb will blow most of this away. However, I took one single most important precaution. Gonzo is undoubtedly wary of me, despite the fact that he's heading straight for the chopping block. Those who remain will likely ask, where was the most suspicious Maou during Gonzo's last fatal battle with Shinei? Ah, so good. Yeah. Thus, I thought I'd give them an answer to ease their worries. Oh, he was angry at the state of figure skating, of the figure skating world, and busy brooding over his grudge against Asai Kanon, its representative. Oh god, yeah, that's okay. I see how this is coming together. Hence my utilization of Saijo. I pretended to criticize figure skating with as much jargon as possible. Though I was passionately describing the new judging system, it was only a very average normal opinion that many average normal people hold. But Saijo wouldn't know that, of course. The same goes for my political ideals. I don't even have a scintilla of interest in this country's future. Yeah, I had no doubt from the beginning that was just something to get him on his side. I admit, I occasionally make some harmless comments that I have no intention of answering for, but that's more like stating your opinion after watching a movie than it is preparing for revolution. I feel no need to spout my beliefs to the masses. I simply act on them. Mao is an enlightened century. Oh lord. And the more perfect those actions are, the better. Ah, the car is approaching. I hid behind a nearby house and watched the Mercedes-Benz park near the gate. An oversized skinhead stepped out of the car and disappeared into the house. Excellent. There's not a trace of another person in the vicinity, and the bomb was installed successfully. I set it to explode at 8:50 exactly. That explains why he's pure evil. Gosh, no. That's 10 minutes from now. It takes at least 15 minutes to get to Shinei's Central Boulevard headquarters by car, even if you speed the whole way. So in order to get there by 9, they must leave before 8:45. This way, the explosion will happen in the middle of transit. There may be some collateral damage, I was about to say, to nearby pedestrians and vehicles, but well, that's nothing more than a terrible case of simple bad luck. Yeah. See, yeah, I don't really enjoy being in this character's head that part of being alive is dealing with the senseless executions that happen every once in a while. Just like my father's. As I walked along the winter streets, the chill soaked into my bones. I have no qualms about killing Asai Gonzo. Gonzo is an existence that must be destroyed, and I refuse to rest until this has been realized. I highly, highly doubt that this is gonna work. I don't think this is gonna work. Mother's mental illness was directly induced by Gonzo's ceaseless hounding. Her doctor confirmed this. And right now, Gonzo has mobilized his entire organization on either Shinei or Kanon. He's got a point, let him cook. Oh, Jesus Christ. Once your prey shows an opening, it's only natural to move in for the kill. Isn't that right, Gonzo? Finally, the hands of my watch approach 8:15. At any rate, Usami hasn't shown much growth. This ruse was no different than the one that led her to the Plaza Hotel after rummaging through Saijo's garbage. She went through so much to get Saijo to talk, and the effort blinded her to the fact that he might have been misleading her, or misled himself. If she's taken a moment to look at the big picture, she'd have realized that there were many holes in my presentation, but instead she just slipped once again into the habit of focusing purely on what's in front of her. 8:50. Okay. A thunderous noise erupted and echoed within my belly. I checked to make sure, and the sky over Gonzo's house was illuminated. There were screams. What was considered the safest and most peaceful residential district in the city sank into chaos. A shallow hell. Very, very shallow. I looked down on the crowds that poked their heads out of their windows and patios. Just you wait. It will only be a bit longer. I'll show you something far more interesting. I tightly shut my lips to stop my overconfidence in its tracks. From a strategic perspective, the victory of this battle was but an insignificant one. The ladies' short programs were all finished, and the crowd began to thin out. As if echoing my body's condition, my phone suddenly lost its signal, and I couldn't contact Usami or Horibe. Though I'm dizzy and can't remember much, I know that I was chasing a man with a wool cap. Oh, you poor thing. But after getting swallowed by the crowd, I let him escape. Thankfully, there was no explosion. When I checked and saw that Kanon was saved, I suddenly felt all the weight being lifted off my shoulders. Did Maou fail, or rather did Usami stop him? The words of a passing pair of lovers reached my ears. There was an explosion in the southern district. Though I'm not usually one for eavesdropping, I thought it was of interest and began to listen closely. Yakuza seems to be a boss. Must be related to those shootings downtown. There's no peace in this city anymore. Just when I went looking for a public phone, I heard someone call out to me.
Azai-san.
Usami, with her brilliantly sharp eyes, was standing there.
今までどちらにいらっしゃったんですか?
Good question. Oh, sorry. I explained the situation.
心配してたんですよ。倒れてるんじゃないかって。
Didn't I tell you not to worry? Anyway, I just heard some crazy news.
はい。そうでしょうね。
Usami suddenly turned away. What's wrong?
いえ。
The corners of her eyes trembled slightly.
すみません。ひどく悔しくて。
I was forced into silence.
こんな顔、あなたに見せたくなくて。
She couldn't be more different from her usual annoying self. What a bitter expression. It took her a moment, but it looks like she's finally restrained her desire to cry
そ
out.
のまま聞いてもらえますか?
She almost sounds like a different person.
今となっては負け惜しみのようですが、最初からおかしいとは思っていたんです。まず、第一の被害者です。
The designer that made Kanon's outfit.
脅迫状では、さも魔王が殺したように書かれていましたが、実際のところどうなのかと引っかかってはいたんです。階段から突き落としたくらいで確実に死ぬと思いますか？実際現場にも行ってみました。階段は確かに急でしたし、視界も悪いです。しかし螺旋状の階段でして、たとえ転げ落ちても途中で止まるのではないかと思いました。私はこれは警察の発表通り殺人ではなく事故なのではないかと仮定しました。魔王は殺人を装った。本当はたまたま事故死した人をさも自分が殺したように見せかけたのではないか。確証は取れませんがね。
Yeah, this is a thought I did have earlier. If this had all been a ruse just for him to get to Gonzo, would he really go through the trouble of like killing those two people? Maybe, maybe not. Do you usually play detective mystery novels? Not really. If we're talking mystery, I guess, we played Umineko. But I didn't play it for the mystery part, necessarily. And then this was recommended by Bancho. So I just went in blindly. So I would guess these were the two. Right? We haven't played anything else that's like this. Yeah, but like Umineko is also... It's so long. It took us like a year and a few months to do Umineko. Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. Flowers did have a little bit of that. Yes, yes, yes. But again, I didn't read Flowers for the mystery part. Yeah, true. It's interesting though. Like I don't mind being you know, exposed to things that I wouldn't normally seek out for myself. So. Yep.
すると次に殺人を装えそうな人物がいました。2ヶ月前から帰国していて連絡の取れないバレエダンサーのユグムントさんです。 私は念のため彼の不在を確認しに西区の港まで行きました。
Yeah, Bea lobbied for the playthroughs to be on YouTube and help me out with it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Bea. Okay, the Eastern. Alright. So that was her reasoning for going
ユグ
there.
ムントさんが殺されたように見せかけたいのなら、自宅付近で何らかの事件が起こるのではないかと思いました。そこで辺りをうろうろしていたら、西条とばったり出くわしたわけです。
Okay, interesting. I have not heard of those titles. Oh, Bancho knows something. There we go. Yeah. I am not, like, I don't have that long of a list of novels that I have read. And the ones that I did read, I did them on stream. I have not read anything on my own outside of stream. Hoping for dark and dramatic. Alright.
そこで不可解な事件が起こっていました。海に続く血です。西条がユグムントさんを殺したのかとも思いましたが、彼のコートに血はついていませんでした。
If Saijo used a knife to kill someone, there would be splatter on him.
後々西条の荷物を物色して分かったことですが、西条はどうやらユグムントさんの外国人運転免許証を拾ったようなのです。
His driver's license? I finally opened my mouth.
しかし、おそらく偽造でしょう。たとえユグムントさんが海に落ちたとして、どうして都合よく身分証が現場に残るんですか？
Maybe Maou left it there for Saijo.
しかし、海に落とすということは、被害者の身元の判別を遅らせるためでしょ？とても考えにくいですね。
So you're saying Maou pretended to kill someone again?
はい。しかしそれは、我々には知らされないことでした。西条は信じ込んでいたようですがね。
Yeah, this is more believable because, like, he had no interest in those people. He only had interest in getting Saijo on his side and making him believe things. So as long as he made him think that he didn't actually need to go through with it, which he wouldn't do if it's not something that benefits him. Makes sense, makes sense. Why would Maou do something like that? What's the point of faking murders that only Saijo believes to be real?
そこが私にも分かりませんでした。しかし、この2件の偽の殺人こそが、今回の脅迫事件の全体像をつかむ有力な手。
Sorry. Oh yeah, so that's probably why nobody else knew about that second death, right? Because Saijo believed it to be true, but it wasn't actually. Yeah. Leads.
何よりもおかしいのは、魔王はなぜカノンを直接脅迫しなかったのでしょうか。
Oh, yeah. He clearly knew about Gonzo's residence, so there'd be no question that he knew where a celebrity like Kanon lived. And even if he didn't know, he could still leave a message for her at the school, the practice rink, or one of the countless other places. Well, they're family, so the message will get passed along sooner or later. No, that's a pathetic explanation right off the bat. There'd be no point in dragging things out like that.
私はまた魔王が遊んでいると考えていました。
Yeah, he must have been. I guess that makes this just like the kidnapping case then. This was just another challenge for you from the beginning.
しかし実際は違いました。魔王は本気でした。緻密に計画を練り上げ、さも私と遊んでいるように見せかけて、我々を欺いていたんです。
Usami lowered her head and quivered a bit, as if she were gnawing on her defeat.
魔王の本当の標的はカノンではなかったんです。
What?
間違いありません。
I suppose the fact that Kanon is unharmed supports the theory, but...
魔王は巧妙に自分がさもフィギュアスケート会場を狙っているように我々を誘導していました。その最もな例が西条です。西条がよほど優秀な人物ならわかります。けれど西条は魔王にとって足手まといに過ぎませんでした。結局は私たちに計画を漏らしています。しかしそれこそが罠だったんです。西条が足手まといであればあるほど 魔王にとっては有能な共犯者だったのです。魔王はおそらく西条がユグモントさんの殺害の件も喋ると予想していたのでしょう。おかげでますます我々の目はフィギュアスケートに集まっていきました。
But didn't Mao treat Saijo kindly in an attempt to make him swear allegiance? What would he have done if Saijo hadn't confessed, or if we never caught him? We never even caught him.
そこは魔王も懸念していたことでしょう。今回はゴンゾーさんとその組織もついていました。暴力団の拷問に耐えられる人間などいないと踏んでいたのかもしれません。
And that bet paid out in full, despite Saijo's resilience to Horiba's sadism. Usami once said that Mao would prepare a show befitting his audience, and she was right.
2日にわたる尋問の末、ユキの力も借りて、ようやく聞き出した魔王の計画です。私は、ホテルに誘導された時と同じ失敗をしてしまったんです。
We both were. Don't be so down. When you proposed the flower toss as the moment of truth, it seemed too brilliant to be wrong. Usami glanced up at me with very sad eyes.
どうも、ありがとうございます。
I wasn't trying to comfort you. Sure. In any case, I understand your point now. Like you said, there'd be no real reason for Mao to hurt Kanon.
私は魔王が私の仲間を狙っていると勘違いしていました。
It was a reasonable thought, seeing as that was the case in the Miwa kidnapping incident. Well, I wouldn't agree to that because that wasn't actually the point of the kidnapping, but I can see why that looks like that to them. Okay. Wait, so the real target is... The passing couple's conversation suddenly sprang to my mind.
はい。その答えにたどり着いたのは、カノンの演技が終わる直前でした。魔王は手の込んだ誘導を仕掛けてきましたよね。
Yeah.
今回の事件で最も振り回されたのは誰です？
You and...
浅井ゴンゾーさんです。
I inhaled sharply, but only a tiny gasp escaped my throat.
だからこそ、脅迫状は私とゴンゾーさん宛てに届いたんです。
To the monster and my beloved hero.
実際、私も命を狙われました。ゴンゾーさんはどうでしょう？今別の暴力団とも敵対して大忙しですよね。
Gonzo would never suspect that Mao's fangs were actually pointed at himself.
ただ、それもあくまで推測でして、また裏を書かれているのではないかと疑心暗鬼に駆られてしまいました。それでゴンゾーさんへの連絡が遅れてしまったことが悔しくて仕方がないのです。
How? I screamed without reservation. Then that explosion in the residential area of the southern district was...
ゴンゾーさんを狙ったものでしょう。
I can't believe this. Gonzo can't be dead. I don't think he is. It would be too easy. Quick, go save Gonzo. I don't think he died. Have you tried getting in contact with him? Don't tell me that we're too late. I couldn't suppress my anxiety. Alright, look, I'm just gonna go check on Gonzo's house. No, I should check the hospital first. Damn, which hospital? Dude, calm down. The man might be a demon, but I owe him my life. I've wished for his death many times, but now that it's actually happened... You don't know that it's happened!
お優しいんですね、本当は。
You have no idea how wrong you are. Stop joking around. If Gonzo dies, a shrimp like me is done for.
安心してください、浅井さん。
What? Usami spoke calmly.
ゴンゾーさんはご無事ですよ。
There we go. My limbs lost all strength. I could do nothing but blink repeatedly. I eventually calmed down. Soon after, Horibe came by and ushered us into a high-end club on Central Boulevard. Not a single normal customer was inside. What's a normal customer? The hostess wasn't there either.
俺が死んだと思ったか?
Not for a second. I did not. The giant acknowledged my arrival before taking a swig of strong whiskey. I read a bit on Wiki page about the game during your stream, and MC's dad sounds horrible. Oh yes, yes. You mean him? Yes. Indeed. I'm okay with him now, but I remember in the beginning of the novel, scenes with him gave me like a lot of anxiety. And like I needed a little bit of time to recover because he has this kind of like really imposing dark cloud kind of presence. And exactly, there is one sprite of him that it's just horror incarnate, I would say. I'll point it out if they use him. But yeah, it was a little bit much. But now I'm a bit more accommodated. And I can tolerate it. Yes, I'm glad you're safe. A deep bellowed laughter echoed throughout the club.
魔王は無縁の策を浪するのは得意なようだが、殺しというものが分かっていない。狩りをしようと思うなら、自らも食われる覚悟で臨まねばならん。実際、魔王は俺の屋敷に乗り込んでくるのではなく、次元式の爆弾を用いて保身に走った。
Then you saw through his plan to booby trap your car?
いや、魔王の手口そのものは巧妙だと言わざるを得ん。証拠の一つも残していないのだろう。どんな手段で俺を殺しにかかるのか見ものではあったが。
Interested? We're talking about your life here.
最初から奴が俺の命を狙うことは分かっていた。なぜなら脅迫状は俺に届いたのだから。宇佐美が解いたような細々とした理屈は後からつけ、読み通り不審な点はいくつも出てきた。階段から突き落として殺すなど愚の骨頂というもの。事故と殺人の区別がつかないほど式は甘くない。他にも西条というかませ犬、不意に勢いづいた親衛会のカスども。だから俺はわざと自分の動きを知らせるような情報を裏に流した。
Then your plan to march into battle tonight was...
俺は旧体依然とした親衛会とは違う。獲物を狩る者。なぜ声を上げねばならん。
He moves in the shadows. I'm well aware that he's a maverick among the Yakuza, but his radical philosophy is still difficult to comprehend at times.
お話中失礼します。今、親衛会の内藤組長が見えてまして。
おう。
親父に面倒しを願っていまして、どうやら手打ちを申し出てるようですが。
和睦したいのだな。
ええ。縁故も詰めてきたようでして。
指などいらん。金を持ってこさせる。
それは納得されないでしょう。組長にもメンツってもんが。
I mean, I gotta give it to the guy. He is pragmatic. Like, what the heck would I do with the fingers? Save me that. Give me cash.
納得させろ。それが俺に従うということだ。できんのなら皆殺しにすると伝えろ。
Shine's boss came personally to apologize. He had gone so close the door on him.
というわけだ、京介。魔王が車を爆破した頃、俺はここで酒を飲んでいた。
Watching everything with calm abandonment. But he could afford to be this calm, I suppose, seeing as he'd predicted everything. I see, your safety is more important than anything else. There was nothing else to be said. I bowed and walked to the door.
宇佐美。
はい。
分かっていると思うが、京介から目を離すな。
Usami, without answering, followed me out. That pixelation effect, it's always like a headache of his, right? Right? And him switching is somehow related to the headaches, isn't it? Anyway. What, he doesn't trust his son? I don't know if he fully 100% blindly trusts anyone but himself. In the end, my plan was simply not thorough enough. Setting things in motion without confirming the target firsthand was a mistake. I suppose I underestimated Sami and Azai Gonzo a bit. Just a bit. He found, like, the only reliable person around to suspect. I suppose. I'll admit my defeat. There are many things one can learn from defeat. For example, Azai Gonzo really is something to behold. A lone hunting rifle can't kill him. Next time, though, I'll put you down for sure. Okay. Now all of the excitement is kind of out of the way. I guess we'll chill for a bit. Just gonna make a quick run to the bathroom and I will be right back to see what's up with Kanon. She seems very happy. We actually don't know the result, right? We don't know if she won. I hope she won. Alright, be right back. Oh, Bear, did you want her to die? Didn't we like her? Or am I confused? Where did things switch? You waited for a realization of being bamboozled. Okay. Hey, champ. Looks like you got a high score today, too. Kanon smiled and opened the bag she was carrying. She began to pack her clothes. What's going on?
のんちゃんもう帰るね、おうち。
Yeah, she is cute. I like her. I like her quite a bit. Really? You know I don't mind if you stay, right?
ありがと
Another small smile came and went.
う。兄さんはウサミンとパパリンといろいろ忙しそうなので気が散るのです。
There you go, thinking you're the center of the universe again.
ごめんね、わがままで。
What? Shocked, I took a long, hard look at Kanon's face. I could just barely see the tears shimmering in the surface of her eyes. I mean, I'm actually happy in a way that at least for this, you know, plan concocted by Maou, he didn't actually like create devastating consequences for like just, you know, people that, how do I put it? I feel like in the previous one with Tsubaki, like the consequences on her and her family were quite strong and undeserved. They really did not deserve to be treated that way. So I'm happy that at least there weren't any repercussions coming onto Kanon for no fucking reason. Disrupting her and throwing into the garbage her hard work. No thank you, you know? It's better to die than to end up one of MC's girls. She won't, because we're not doing that route. It's fine. Paparin, yeah. The way she speaks is so cute. Yeah. Mao is straight off her. My plan fails, but all of you bring it up for the next 40 minutes how brilliant and genius my plan was. Yeah, we are going for Haru's route, the girl with the long hair. Sorry. She's basically like, I guess, the main girl of the novel. And that is, let's say, the true route of the novel where we actually get to explore the full story. If we were to go for the routes of the other girls, as far as I understand it from what Bancho told me and what I read around about the novel, basically the main story stops and it kind of like branches out into a completely different direction and then it ends and that's it. So yeah, I am focused on getting this first done, and then if we do have extra time and there is interest, maybe we could come back and see what's up with the others. But as far as I understand it, they aren't very they aren't very like interesting or satisfying or yeah. So for the moment, that is the main goal. I could just barely see the tears shimmering on the surface of her eyes.
私はもうこういう風にしか生きられないから、自分が一番すごくていつでも正しいって思わなきゃやってられないから。
Okay.
ごめんね。もうバイバイ。
Okay. She bid a sudden farewell, as if she had set her heart in stone. Kanon's hands furiously, incessantly packed. Did something happen?
何もないよ。
But
何もなかったから。今度こそ踏ん切りがついたの。
okay. Her eyes were full of sadness, yet the tears within burned as if scolding me. Aww. Aww. Pat. I was about to say, it sounds pretty much the same as it would be here, as far as I understand it, yeah. Well, in a way, they are bad ends, at least from my perspective, because the routes, as far as I understand it, okay, because I haven't played it, it's what I gathered. They're mostly about the girls getting together with the MC in some capacity, or getting more involved with him, to the point where it likely destroys their lives or something. So I don't know if I would take that as a good end. And even if it doesn't, like, I dislike the MC, so the girls getting with him is not a good thing in my eyes. I think they deserve so much better. 18 plus ends. That's also true. Yeah, that was part of the original. We're doing the Steam version though, so we are safe from those. We are safe. Yeah. Each has a bad and good ending. Yeah, I would argue there's likely an argument there to be made about it not being a bad and a good ending, but being a bad and a worst ending. Again, from the perspective of them getting together with this particular MC. Save yourselves, girls. The game I referenced had truly horrible endings, but the game overall was very traumatic, though a masterpiece in my opinion. So I'm on the fence about recommending it. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. I understand. I feel like the intended stuff was true and everything else was fan service because it's expected for heroines to get their endings. Yeah, I guess so. Like for all of the girls and, you know, to feed the fantasy of getting together with them or whatever. Alright. I could only stand there dumbly. Should I have given more thought as to why Kanon came here to rely on me? We're siblings, though only in name. No doubt there was something I could have done for her. I didn't do anything. I was confused, restless, and anxious. Something like a breath was welling up in my throat, and I had to let it out. Why not stay then? I held a hand out to Kanon. I'm so sorry, I've been so preoccupied with keeping bothersome things from you that I completely failed to realize that you must have been doing the same. However, Kanon merely replied in a dejected, hopeless tone. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but just by the title it sounds it sounds like it's a joke. She calmly returned my gaze with a smile. Kanon had already closed off her heart. There's nothing left for me to say. Behind that light smile lies something that she'll never let me see again. Her slender fingers gently slid along my neck. Tumultuous emotions bound me in silence. Kanon has never cared about my looks before, but it was a thin sympathy. Leaving behind her an unsettling confusion, my sister in name only walked out the door. Perspective. The icy, salty sea wind stabbed the skin. The darkness of this particular night allowed the stars to shine, and made Tomanbetsu City's populace all the more aware of the coming cold of winter. Haru sorted through recent events one more time. This time with Asai Gonzo's power, she had been able to force a stalemate. The pocket of this girl, bathing in helplessness, began to vibrate, and a melodic chime poured forth into the night. Her will to fight burned hot once more. It was the phone Maou had given her. Oh. I see. Very nice. Have you seen Clannad as an anime, or you know nothing of it? Oh, finally we get a little bit of voice acting. Thank you. The one pleasant aspect of this character is that he's voiced by my favorite voice actor. So at least I get to hear him sometimes.
お前たちはまだ私を捕まえていないのだからな。
Focusing on the voice coming from the receiver, Haru bent down and looked to the bottom of the
あの
sea.
血は動物か何かだったのか。
近くのスーパーで魚を安売りしていたものでな。
警察が調べればすぐに殺人なんて起こっていないことがわかる。だから西条に確認させ、西条の口から私たちに告げさせたんだな。
そこまで考えていたわけではない。私はただ西条に力があるところを見せつけてやるつもりだった。死体が上がらぬ海などといかにも怪しげな嘘もついたが、彼は純粋だった。換気扇に投げ入れるだけで店の人間を全て殺せる劇薬を簡単に作れると信じれるくらい。
Corpses don't float in the sea surrounding the city. Interesting. What?
C の5番の席にあった紙袋にガムテープで封がしてあったのは西条のミスではなく魔王の指示だな。
Kara no shoujo. I have the feeling I heard of it, but I don't know much of it. Okay, got it.
気づいてもらわねば困るのでな。いいヒントだったと思うが。
Damn it. Haru clicked her tongue in her
お
mind.
かげで私たちは西条を追うことに必死になった。その間に魔王はじっくりと西条を手なずけていったわけだな。
Like a puppy. Oh lord. No. Umineko is the longest thing I've done. It's okay.
手なずけるという言い方は心外だな。彼は誰でもいいから構ってほしかった。私はそんな可愛い坊やと少しだけ遊んでやったに過ぎない。
同じことだ。
いいや違う。彼は楽しかったはずだ。私と出会ったことで捨て鉢のような人生にようやく春が訪れた。たとえ破滅が待っていたとしても普段は味わえない興奮と期待を覚えていただろう。
Wow. You sure think highly of yourself, huh?
お前もそうだ、宇佐美春。やっと私に巡り会えた。お前はただの死に損ない。お前に必要なのは愛でも友情でもなく敵であり悪であり、そう固くできる思い込みだ。
Well, actually, a lot of the people here in chat are here because I played Umineko, right? Like Zeku and Bancho and Moth-chan. You all came around because of Umineko, which I'm very grateful about. It was a lovely experience to share it with all of you. But yeah, it's it's quite the undertaking. Haru felt of the hole this devil had dug into her chest widen. Her face grew stiff, her breath shallow. Oh? Keep silent. Endure it. Just endure it. The growing, licking flames of hate held Haru fast to the ground. She could only stand there, statuesque, dumbstruck. I will play with you again, Maou said gently. Wait, why voice act it, please? We get so little of that these days. Helldivers, yeah. Some YouTuber who read it made a video talking about how if you can stomach it, it's a masterpiece. Do with that information what you will. Okay, alright. Limited budget. Oh gosh. Don't deprive me of Jun Fukuyama, okay? Like, give me as much as possible.
決して春の訪れない冬の遊び場で
Okay. At the winter playground where spring will never arrive. Jeez, wait. Can I hit this?
まだまだ変わ
There
っ
it
て
is.
やる
So the line exists, I guess. The way I scrolled through it, it like skipped it or something? Maybe.
決して春の訪れない冬の遊び場で
Okay. At some point, the dial tone reached her ears. The violin. With her eyes perfectly still, Haru just walked. Don't think about anything. Kick away the darkness of the night. Moan in pain. Retain this anger. Bear this curse. Put your entire existence into this hatred. If Haru did anything else, she might think about trying to regain that precious toy she threw away so long ago. Is that supposed to be the violin? Yeah, it's because it was like a line spoken and then followed by a bit of narration and then the rest of the part. So I guess as I scrolled through it, normally it kind of skipped the voice acting. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm okay. I think my posture is fine. Thank you for the hydration. I'm good. Just finishing up my tea here. All right. So that was chapter 3. And then we jump into chapter 4. Where we will meet more of Shiratori, right? We will get to see her. There's been like, we've just been drip fed stuff about her. I think is 4 the last one, Bancho? Is there something past chapter 4? The middest girl alive finally gets the spotlight. Aww. Why so mean? There's 5 and epilogue. Okay. Yeah. I was wondering about that because it didn't really add up. Because we need to have a chapter about Shiratori as well. That's one of the girls that we haven't met that much so far. And I would expect there to be something about focused on Haru too, right? So yeah. But the guide only has 4 chapters, which I'm assuming means there are choices only in the 4 chapters, and then if there's something extra, then there's no choices. Okay, so that makes more sense to me. That there's a bit more past chapter 4. Okay, well, let's jump into it. Right. I'm very sorry for my inability to deliver the results you were hoping for. Somaya is lamenting the fact that I couldn't bring forth Kanon's downfall. This was never really about skating in the first place, though. However, I promise you, it's nothing to anguish over. Asai Kanon has indeed won the Japan Championships. She'll move on to the World Championships and then likely on to the Olympics next year. But your protege, Seta, is not a bad athlete herself. In fact, I dare say she has a stronger will than Kanon. Spring will most certainly come for her, and in the very near future. What does this mean, spring will come? I know it's winter for them right now, but I highly doubt he means the season itself. Hey Lucky! Hi. Nice to see you around. Hope things are going alright. I apologize for falling short of your expectations. Somaya took the opportunity to glare at me with displeasure. Just let me wallow in penitence for a while. Yes, I'm not feeling all that well anyway, and I must finish my preparations. Yeah, it could be, but then he also said that thing to Usami. The playground where spring never comes or something like that. Interesting. Excellent. It was important to mark my record with a mistake in order to distance myself from Somaya. Aha, so even that was part of the plan. Got it. He won't let me go easily unless I appear inefficient. In that case, I'll be leaving. I shook my head and said, I don't know. However, I knew. We'll meet again when this corporation fails. Okay. The minute hand of the clock points to midnight, and the new year finally arrives. After the incident, Kanon continued her winning streak, earning herself a seat at the World Figure Skating Championships. It appears that she will be departing for America next month, and our relationship will become a long-distance one. We will meet again when something else fails, I guess. Though it seemed like a shadow had loomed over Kanon's heart these past few weeks, in the end it turned out to be nothing but misplaced concern. Phew. My head is throbbing. I was forced to attend the Yakuza party, which naturally squeezed the life out of me. Oh, yeah. That's a really good one, Zeku. Even Gonzo was willing to make an offering to the shrine's god in order to keep up relations with the Soa Alliance. He participated in the ceremony with a gloomy disposition. Alright, there are still 2 people on my list to pass holiday greetings to. I took a shower, changed my clothes, and prepared to leave. Usami? Hey, what's up? Yeah, Happy New Year. What? Huh? He forgot. I get this feeling that I made some sort of commitment. You did. Our MC, aside from fevers and headaches, also has memory issues. Yeah, he forgot. Look, if we had any arrangements, I completely forgot about them. Yeah. Never mind. Looking at it objectively, I couldn't possibly have made a promise like that. But you did. I feel him with headaches. Oh no, pat. At least he's not antagonist, mate. See, he's just like Battler. Oh god. Please don't. The Battler is like, I love him so much. Let's not put any sort of equivalent sign in, between these two. Oh lord. She forcibly continued the conversation and told me the location of the shrine. Fine, if you're that determined, I'll go. I'm warning you though, I'll be pretty late. She seemed a bit restless. New Year's Day, 5 in the morning. The party was finally over. There was one thing that surprised me though. I didn't expect to meet Shiratori's father there. Ooh, okay. But seeing as he's in the construction business, I guess it's only natural for him to have some kind of connection to the Yakuza. He asked me to look out for his daughter, but I had almost completely forgotten about Shiratori these days. I mean, we barely see her. We were supposed to meet somewhere around this nest of shrines. Oh god, I just realized I'd be making the first shrine visit of the year with Usami. But where the hell is she? I called her. She quickly answered the phone. Well, where are you? So am I, but I don't see you anywhere. Oh no. Are you in different places? I should be able to spot her instantly, what with her long, conspicuous hair and all. A super outfit, okay. An outfit? I'd never have imagined that. Is she playing with him or? Usami in a kimono, huh? No, I'm kinda interested, hold on. What's that squid-like hair? I see you now. I'll be there in a second. I was about to say, it's likely not what he's imagining. And there we go. Cozy games. I had a long spurt of playing Animal Crossing. Haven't touched it in a while because things have been busy. Lately, I started Cyberpunk, which is not a cozy game, but it is something that I played and do want to continue playing off stream. And other than that, still play Overwatch from time to time. It was the game that I started streaming with. And there's not much going on right now due to kind of like lack of time and stuff. I still have to finish Tears of the Kingdom and definitely would want to play the new Zelda. But yeah. Star Rail is a cozy game? I guess so. Yeah, you're right. It is cozy, like, yeah, that's true. Yeah. From time to time, you know. I get this craving that I want to heal people. So I do that. Huh? Hi? Where's the outfit? She is wearing it. She's right. That's a jogging suit. Hey, that's rude to the Nakano Broadway. You're donning loungewear for crying out loud. For God's sake, were you planning on running a marathon or something? And how are you not freezing your ass off? It's below freezing out here right now, isn't it? Wait, now that I think about it, you're always in your school uniform. Oh, she's so cute. And also, like, look at her breath showing. She is cold, isn't she? Oh. See, I knew you were cold. You did make her wait in the cold as well, yes. Hey, don't blame me. I said I'd be late. Yeah, I guess I could have. Sorry. The date, please. Don't say such disgusting things. What's with this chick? Oh, she's so cute. What are you all pouty about? Oh, what's happening? What are you going on about now? Oh, come on. I don't know. I checked Asami out, looking her up and down. But still, in the end, a jogging suit is a jogging suit. Still, she seems serious. I'd better compliment her. But I would be lying through my teeth. Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. She has a very good way of playing dumb and lulling you into a false sense of superiority or security in a certain way. I don't know if she actually likes him. Or, in her heart, she still holds the suspicion that he's Maou. And so she's trying to get as close as possible to him and playing these kind of games. Because in the previous chapter, we saw her putting on a facade to investigate the accomplice that Maou had for that whole operation. So we saw her putting that kind of thing, that kind of show on. So I don't know how genuinely Tsum she's being right here, right? I don't know. I still have like a question mark in my head about that. But I will agree, she's adorable. What should I do?
これが美少女ゲーだったら確実に選択肢出てくる。
Choice window. Shut
正
up.
解は2番の手放しで褒める。
I don't care about the right answer.
なんでそう冷たいんすか。
What? You're the one acting weird.
別にいいっすよ。
Oh, is her nose runny? Oh, poof. Sooner or later she likes him. I still hold out hope that it maybe won't be that way. Especially given that it's been hinted that she has something bad happened in her past and it's Mao's fault. And that's why she's chasing him down. So, yeah, we'll see. She sniffles a bit. What are you all down in the dumps
お
about?
腹が空いて力が出ないのです。
Ah, so that's what you were planning. I finally understood. You're going to ask me to treat you to lunch, aren't you? What lunch? It's dinner time by now. Usami's face knotted up at that. Oh my god, how cute is this? Her face. You start laughing, then you get all depressed again. What are you playing
愛
at?
する者が死んだ時には自殺しなきゃなりません。
Fine, let's just get this over with and go visit the
ここで
shrines.
さりげなく手を引いてくれるわけですよね。だ
Huh?
ってめちゃめちゃ混んでるじゃないですか。
So?
はぐれるといけないから。みたいな。
You think I'm gross enough to grab you and start panting?
あ
What are you looking
ー
at?
見ちゃダメなんすか。
Well,
手もつながない。見てもいけない。服も褒めてくれない。お決まりの言葉はいつも髪きれよだ。まったく自分は浅井さんの何なんですか。
nothing? This chick's got a few screw loose. Oh lord. You thought it was so rude. Don't begin to break. Oh wait! Wait, are you kidding me? It's 5 a.m. that they're meeting? Okay. Turns out it was protag route for her. So it's night outside because it's right before the sunrise. Okay. Got it. Okay. But she said she had been waiting for 3 hours. Sorry, for 2 hours. Oh gosh, okay. 5 a.m. is time to go to sleep. Yeah. Turns out it was protag route for her. I guess. That would be so cute if we had a different MC in a different story. Yes, absolutely. I'm just admiring her cuteness, like, in a vacuum, like, by itself. I'm trying to, you know, disconnect it from the main character. Hey, let's go watch the first sunrise of the new year. Which direction is east?
お日様は西から昇るのだ。
Say what? Shut up, genius.
そんなことより自分大凶だったんですけど。
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good right now.
まさか浅井さんも大凶っすか。
Do you need to clean out your damn ears? I got excellent luck.
まあ自分も2回目は小吉だったんですけどね。
You're not supposed to pull it twice.
3回目でやっと大吉が出ました。
She got the 5-star that she wanted after the third pull. You're in for a year of divine punishment, girl.
にしても寒いっすね。
Stop complaining. You're cold because of that getup you're wearing.
はあ、不評っすね。
Apparently, she was actually pretty serious about her outfit. Ah, wait. I focused my eyes on Usami's top. Hey, is this jogging suit?
気づきましたか。
That's a designer line jersey, isn't it? I thought those things go for like 30,000 yen. Dating protag would be a divine punishment, alright? Yeah, true.
上下で2000円ですが何か
I should have guessed. There's no way she could have paid full price. Wait, what did you mean by have you noticed it yet?
Huh?
What did you think I noticed if it wasn't the price of your jersey?
ですからこの服装の良さにです
Proclaiming that so grandly doesn't make it true, Sami.
じゃあジャージの語源知ってますか
Why would I know something like that?
ジャージー島の漁師さんの作業着から来てるんです
Okay, I see.
今じゃベストジャージスト賞ってのもあるくらいです
Alright. I see.
どうですちょっとはおしゃれに見えてきたでしょ
I don't know how that would work. But yours was 2,000 yen.
自分そんなおかしいっすかね
Yep, you're pretty freaking strange.
具体的にどの辺が
Well, for one, you're walking around town in a jersey on New Year's Day. People are going to think you're a delinquent or a wigger? I don't know what a wigger is.
あとは仲間由紀恵さんっすかね
That was a costume she wore for drama. It doesn't give you the right to brag about that ridiculous jogging suit.
芸能人のファッションだと思って参考にしてみたんすけどね
Okay, where did you get that reference? Bad luck then, I guess. Usami let out a sigh, slumping her shoulders as she exhaled.
なんかすいませんね
Oh?
いや自分みたいの連れ回して恥かかせてしまったかなとほんとすいません
Don't be. It's no big deal.
すいません
She cast her eyes down apologetically and edged closer to me.
浅井さんは目立つの嫌いなのに
It's alright. It doesn't bother me.
あいえ
She must have dodged someone who was coming toward her. As her head came into contact with my chest for some reason. Oh god, no, please. No. Oh. Usami leaned against me. Hey, Usami.
すいません浅井さん
Oh, wait. Automod is holding the message hostage. Yes. I approved it, okay. So it was because of the actual word wigger. Apparently, Twitch Automod is, you know, secured against it. Right, so a white person who tries to emulate or acquire cultural behavior and tastes attributed to African culture people. Ah, okay. Okay. Okay, what a weird thing. Alright. She was shaking.
もう少しこのままで
Yeah, I see. Definitely not a good word. What a weird choice to put in the novel, but okay. Maybe it was a translation choice or something. Ha 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 ha. Well, isn't that a coincidence? Isn't that a coincidence? I knew Russia, but I didn't know the city. What do you mean, why, Bancho? You're never gonna guess where Bear is from. That is the true invasion. Yes, yes. Ah, don't push me away. Why are you doing this to yourself, Usami? Really? Or maybe she's actually like feeling a bit sick or something. What? What did she just say?
お願いしますもう少しだけ
No way. What is this music? What's happening? I suddenly felt the blood rush to my face. Now that I think about it, why did she invite me to the first shrine visit of the new year?
要は私を選べってことです
No, I'm sorry, I don't understand Russian. But you can have at it. Have fun. I don't mind. No way. Usami. Usami remained silent, as if she were enduring something. What the hell? Well, I had thought, no way. Reality had surfaced before my very eyes. You were serious? You really do have a thing for me. Oh god, please, let's not go in that direction.
超あったけ。
She's just cold. Hopefully. You were just trying to warm yourself up? Yeah. Seems so, seems so. Okay, wait, what was this? Was it that like an intermission between chapters? What was that? This doesn't understand Russian yet. I don't think I will understand Russian in this life. Date intermission. Okay. Okay. Following Usami's bizarre antics on New Year's Day, my peaceful school life began anew.
しかしカノンがいないといまいち盛り上がりませんね。
She'll be back in a month.
椿も何やら家事と学園の行事に追われているようですしね。
Well, that means it's the perfect time to introduce another girl so we get to know her. Looks like Yumi and Eiichi are the only ones with any free time.
誰が暇だって？
Speak of the devil, here comes Mr. Idlehands himself.
なんかさ、今日から新しく転入生が来るみたいだよ。
At this time of year?
どんな人ですか？あれ？
Eiichi inexplicably turned away from Usami.
宇佐美さん、僕はね、怒ってるんだよ。
Oh, how so?
ああ。綺麗なお姉さんを紹介してくれる話はどこに？
Ah, she forgot about that.
誠に申し訳ございませぬ。形だけの謝罪なんていいんだよ。お前らはいつもそうだ。安い頭を下げれば許してもらえると思っている。
Okay, dude, sure.
返す言葉もありませんが、実はその言い訳は聞かん。音信不通になりまして。
What?
今となってはなぜユキがこの町に来たのかもわかりません。
Okay. I mean, I hope we see more of her, right? She wasn't there just for the hostage plot, right? Right? I see what you guys are saying. Well, it's not like you can do anything about that. Isn't that right, Ichi? Oh, don't get your panties in a wad. I met the girl and she was way out of your league, okay?
僕に限って大丈夫だよ。
Where the hell does all that confidence come from?
最近忘れてるみたいだけど、僕って可愛い系なんだからね。
Oh, Spanish. That's nice. Oh, right. You know, me and my memory.
はあ、転入生がそのユキって子だったらな。
Zeku probably didn't notice because he doesn't pay attention to other channels in the Discord aside from Honkai, as he mentioned today. But that's okay. That's alright. Why would she be a transfer student? Isn't she older?
そんなバカな。
Not even some poorly translated porno game would have such a convenient plot development. Oh god. Okay.
だよね。
So just give the girl up already. You never even met her.
本当にすいませんでした。
It's okay, Zuko. I didn't mean it that way. Pet pets.
ミラクル起きねえかな。
Oh, that was perfect. No worries, Kennedy.
はじめまして、皆さん。
Wait,
時田ゆきです。
wait. No, don't do this to me. Come on. What is What's happening? What is this? What the fuck? This is so wrong in so many ways. I can't. To talk with Zeku, one must play Hoyo games. I think visual novels are fine. Like there already have been like enough common points to talk about. The medicines attacking. Usami and I both turned to face each other. Springtime had come for H.
趣味は人と話をすることです。
H's eyes sparkle.
どうぞよろしくお願いします。
When she bowed, her straight hair wavered softly.
しびれるぜ。
Oh, shut up. Ugh. H's lips twisted into an evil smile. The very instant the teacher began to scan the desks for an empty seat for Tokita, H stood up as if it were his duty to do so.
僕の隣がいいと思うな。
I play more otome recent years because it's harder to relate to male MCs, especially when so many visual novels are with school kids. Got it. Yeah. Makes sense. H's prayer to the goddess of convenient literary devices. The music is perfect. It's like... Oh lord. Okay, so his prayer to the goddess of convenient literary devices was answered the second time, as the seat beside him turned out to be truly empty. Tokita walked toward that seat.
こんにちは。僕相沢 H。H でいいよ。
はじめまして、H 君。
何かわからないことあったら何でも僕に言ってね。
ありがとう。私のこともユキでいいわ。
Tokita smiled back at him with a childlike, innocent smile. I see.
おいおい、いいじゃねえの、いいじゃねえの。宇佐美の友達にしては礼儀正しいし、素敵なスメルがするぜ。
An intelligent smell? Okay, whatever that means. I wonder how he's keeping from drooling all over himself.
どうかしたの？じっと見て。
背が高いなーって。
そう？
髪もすごい綺麗だなーって。
ありがと
モデルとかやってるんでしょう。
う。やってないけど嬉しいわね。
女は褒め殺してなんぼだぜ。
I think she's gonna take you down and wipe the floor with you, dude. Like, don't underestimate her.
ゆきさんってなんかすごいいい匂いするね。
そう？
聞いてる。
No. Whatever you think, man.
ねえねえ、動物とか好き？
猫は好きね。
Oh, kittens.
僕も猫が一番好き。気が合うね。
I could have sworn reptiles were H's favorite.
ごめんなさい。犬の方が好きかしらね。
あ、じゃあ僕も犬が一番好き。
Then dogs are my favorite.
あ、でも一番好きなのは。
うん？
H checked Yuki out.
なんでもない。
H's VA is amazing. Yes. Yes. A lot of range there, and doing a great job. I can't. Both DMC and H are gonna be the death of me in this novel. He suddenly shook his head in a sickeningly cute way. That was horribly disgusting. Tokita continued smiling as she finally spoke up.
そうね。頼りにしてもいいかしら、H 君。
Oh, man. Just like that, the new year began and Eiichi greeted his spring. Or did he? You love Eiichi by the end? I find that hard to believe. 2% confidence.
それでね、そのパティシエがね、すっごい気さくな人でね。
Eiichi's offensive was in full swing come noontime. I think a good MC would be like in Clannad, very good MC. Little Busters as well. I'm perfectly fine being in the head of those characters. So yeah, if you do have Clannad on your list to read, then yeah. Yeah, I just don't know if Steins Gate doesn't really count as school romance. I was thinking about in a school setting, what would be actually like something good. But yeah, Steins Gate, of course, Ocarina. Yeah. Tokita doesn't seem to be tired of it as she listened to his banter and occasionally gives her opinion.
茶道が趣味なんだ。
茶道よ、茶道。
Sadistic, okay. I am mad scientist. Yes. The thing is, when I played romance visual novels, I do merge myself with MC and actually take interest in females' love interests romantically. Ooh, interesting. Yeah. So playing about schoolgirls became weird as I'm 31 now. I see what you mean. Okay, got it. Got it. Especially if the novel tends to take it in a more, you know, sexual direction, then it becomes even weirder. I get it. But I feel like Clannad is keeping like a nice level of like there's romance, but it's not taken to that direction, right? And at least the way I felt while playing it, I really cared for each of the girls. They're really great characters. He didn't understand. Eiichi doesn't have a care in the world, does he? Tokita, thanks for your help the other day. I suddenly interrupted the two of them.
いいのよ。楽しかったわ。
何どうしたの？
この前少し京介くんと遊んだのよ。ね。
なんだと京介
not that kind of fun. Usami was there too.
そういえば、春は？
You're putting images in his head that shouldn't be there. Like, don't say you had fun and that Haru was there too, because you have no idea what he's gonna imagine.
お友達なんだよね。
ええ。前の学園で一緒だったの。
なんでこんな時期に転入してきたの？
お父さんのお仕事の関係でね。
He got transferred, huh? How old are you anyway?
京介くん、そんなこと聞いちゃダメでしょ？
She seemed so much older. Like, what is she doing in high school? I'm so confused. I complained there wasn't enough sex in class. I mean, if you don't know anything about Clannad, it's better not to give spoilers, but it's not that kind, okay? It really isn't that kind. It is wholesome all throughout, I would say. It is wholesome. So no worries.
京介くんは？
I'm old enough to smoke and drink.
あらそう。結構留年したのね。
I guess the school is full of people like me, though. Wait, is he really?
芸能スクールみたいだものね。さっきアイドルグループの子を見かけたわ。
Yeah, they all skip school, get held back a year or so, eventually graduate, and continue to fight to hide their age in the world of showbiz.
夢があっていいじゃない。
Wait, this conversation is so confusing. Sure, anyway. The only people not doing stuff behind the scenes around here are Tsubaki, Usami, and, me. Tokita knows about my other side. Well, there you have it. Our class is particularly bad. Just about everyone's part of something or
栄
other.
一君は？
僕はフリーだよ。
Oh, shut up. You're just another rich brat, aren't you?
やだな。僕はみなしごだよ。
Anyway, the people here are all either rich or famous. Wait. I think Tsubaki's here on full scholarship, but what about Usami? Is that dirt poor girl actually some filthy rich heiress to a multinational corporation or something? Now that I think about it, I haven't seen Usami since noon.
ボンボンといえば、京介くんと白鳥さんが二大巨頭だね。
Shiratori literally owns this school. I mean, yeah, I guess she does in a way. And less than 2 months ago, the Shiratori family was investigated by police. All charges were dropped shortly thereafter. She's the daughter of the director. She might as well be a glacier between how cold she is and how little she talks.
へえ。今日は来てるの？
来てるよ。いつも一人でいるみたい。でもあの子はさ。
かわいそうね。
そうだね。かわいそうだよ。うん。
Ichi is still trying desperately to get on Tokita's good side.
それにしても、春は？
Why is Usami always avoiding you?
わからないわ。嫌われる理由は見当たらないのに。
There definitely has to be something there. Maybe she doesn't like being groped at all the time? My idle supposition seemed to excite Tokita as her eyes began to sparkle.
そんなはずないわ。ちゃんと感じてたもの。
Okay, what am I reading?
あれ？私、何か変？
Oh my god.
全然。
Yet another strange person has joined our ranks. Okay. Okay, with that, the scene ended, and yeah, we can make a save for tonight. Oh my gosh. Oh, what is this development? Alright. Fantastic ending point, right? Oh my goodness. Here we go. Jeez Louise. Stop. Yeah, this was really fun. Thank you guys for being here. And for being so engaged in chat and everything. Everyone has to at least admit the VN is funny. Yeah, it it does crack me up. I will give it that, absolutely. I will not accept otherwise. Oh, very cozy. Oh, I'm glad you felt that way. Yeah. That is the goal. It has always been the goal, to just chill together and read something. And laugh at the absurdity of it if it is absurd, or, you know, bond over the heartbreak if there is heartbreak. Joined after terrorism arc. Oh lord. I think she was referring to us and not necessarily the novel. The novel is not necessarily cozy, yeah. There's a whole bunch of like very, very difficult themes to deal with there as well. Like heavy things in the character's past and stuff. Which, actually, I do find those interesting. And I would like to see or understand more, particularly about Haru, because we haven't really gotten that much about her. We do know a bit more about the MC though. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure Seiko understood. He was just making a joke. The only better joining point would be Mineko episode 4. Oh gosh. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I hope it wasn't that hard to jump also into the story of the novel. Of course, we've already covered quite a bit of ground. But yeah, if there's ever something that's confusing, just ask a question and we'll try to explain or clear it up. It's hard to summarize in just briefly everything that has happened because it's been quite a lot. But yeah, I think you got a good taste of what the, let's say, higher intensity moments are like because of the whole mystery thing unfolding and reaching its climax. It was similar in the previous chapter. I'm expecting there will be something similar this chapter as well. Haven't yet started building up to it, so I don't know what it will be about. But yeah, I hope it involves Shiratori because I'm curious about her. Long hair girl is of the Bin Laden dynasty. She's hunting Satan in Japan. Yeah, it is actually quite engaging. I will agree. I'm having a good time with it, even though, like I said, I don't particularly like the MC, but there are other things that I do find interesting, and I am connected with some of the other characters, so I'm all good. And I'm happy to be sharing this with you, and we will keep doing that tomorrow as well. For now, I will go rest. I'm a bit tired and a bit out of breath. It tends to be quite wordy, especially when we don't get many scenes where the MC is voiced. So I have to read everything, and it's kind of like tiring. Yeah. So for tonight, thank you again for your presence and your lovely chat. It's really, really nice to share this with everyone. And yeah, hope to see you again when you have the chance to pass by. And we will be doing more of this tomorrow night. See you then, if you can. All right. Bye-bye.